Hi, it's Royce Eddings. Thanks for joining the show tonight. This is show number 10, Vinyl Album Unboxing show number 10. Tonight we're going to be featuring Rod Stewart. We've got 6 vintage albums, Rod Stewart albums, all in excellent condition to unbox. We want to tell stories about Rod Stewart, read the songs, and just generally have a great time. But when he was a boy, he also had a nice big train set. And he kept bugging his father to buy him a station. You know, there's all kinds of props you can put around these train sets. So, Dad, buy me a station for my train set. Well, for no reason at all, his father brought him home a guitar instead of a train station. He started playing the guitar, joined a little band in '63, kind of a rhythm and blues band, and that didn't work out. He moved from bands to band and band. Well, later, in the late '60s, he joined the Jeff Beck Group as the lead singer. Also in the Jeff Beck Group was Ronnie Woods, who not only played with Rod Stewart later in the Faces, but in the early '90s became a full member of the Rolling Stones. So that's a little bit of interesting history, because some of these albums you'll see that some of the songs are written by both Rod Stewart and Ronnie Woods. So let's just get right into it. The first album I want to show is The Faces. This predates the Rod Stewart albums. Faces was a band that started out the Small Faces, but this was Faces right shortly thereafter. And the name of this album is A Nod is as Good as a Wink to a Blind Horse. A nod is as good as a wink to a blind horse. And this is a great album. You know, this predates any Rod Stewart albums. Faces, Rod Stewart and Ronnie Woods, later a full-fledged member of the Rolling Stones. So anyway, we're going to pull the vinyl out and take a look at it. Here's the sleeve. Not too bad. You know, it's old and slightly tarnished. All right, so let's pull the vinyl out. We've got Warner Brothers. Let's see here. Warner Brothers vinyl. Very, very clean. Step back a little bit, give you a little better look. Warner Brothers, very clean vinyl. Okay, so let's go to side 1. We're going to read the songs now. Okay, the first song is Miss Judy's Farm. And we've got, once again, Ron Woods and Rod Stewart wrote this song. Song number 2, You're So Rude. Song number 3, Love Lives Here. And once again, that's also Ron Woods and Rod Stewart, excuse me. Then we've got Last Orders, Please. Stay With Me, again, Ron Wood and Rod Stewart. That's side 1. A nod's as good as a wink to a blind horse. Okay, let's have a look at side 2. I love some of these titles. They're just fun. Okay, this first song is Debris, written by someone else. Memphis, written by Chuck Berry. I love that song. I mean, I think in the 6th or 7th grade, playing the Memphis was like the first song I was learning on the guitar. Song number 3, Too Bad, once again written by Ronnie Woods, and Rod Stewart. That's All You Need, once again, Ron Wood and Ronnie Stewart. So you can see how prominent Ronnie Woods was in this band, and now a member of the Rolling Stones as well. So this is a great album. I really like it. I'm not, what do you call it again? A nod's as good as a wink to a blind horse. That's a mouthful. That's a funny title. Okay, let's put this one back in the sleeve. Now, maybe I shouldn't be saying Rod Stewart. As I was saying, maybe I should be saying Sir Roderick David Stewart, because he was knighted by Prince William in 2016 at Buckingham Palace. And Rod Stewart said Sir Rod Stewart said the worst part about that was the 2-hour rehearsal. And he was asked, why a 2-hour rehearsal? Well, you had to take so many steps in this direction, so many steps in that direction. You had to kneel a certain way. So it was like a 2-hour rehearsal to practice for being knighted. Okay, so the next album we're going to pull out, and I'm doing these in chronological order of when they were made. This one, Rod Stewart, Every Picture Tells a Story. Every Picture Tells a Story, and 1971. Look at the backside. This is a great album. It's got some really cool songs on it. Rod Stewart, Every Picture Tells a Story, 1971. So these are pretty old. And they're in very, very good condition, too. Let me back up a little bit. A little too close to the camera there. So we'll pull out the sleeve. You know, plain wrapper. Plain wrapper. Pull out the vinyl. Mercury Records. Hold this a little closer. You can see Mercury, the logo, runs around the outside of the label. Mercury Records, 1971. Very old, but very, very clean. No scratches, scuffs, or marks on anything I've shown so far. Okay, so let's go to side 1. And the first song is Every Picture Tells a Story. And that was a good song. I really enjoyed that song. Every picture tells a story, don't it? Seems like a long time. Then we've got That's All Right. Tomorrow is such a long time. Seems that way sometimes. We've got Maggie May. Incidentally, Maggie May is still considered Rod Stewart's signature song. It's like Rod Stewart and Maggie May. Maggie May is the first song most people think of. It was his first #1 hit. It went, straight to the top of the charts. Maggie May is just a great song. #1. Okay, then we've got Mandolin Wind. I Know I'm Losing You. And Reason to Believe. And this was produced by Rod Stewart. This is a great. Maggie May actually catapulted Rod Stewart to being an international star, a big international star. That was a huge, huge hit for him. Okay, we're going to put this back in the sleeve. And I also want to mention Rod Stewart had a bunch of concerts that were canceled last year because of COVID and stuff. And now the concert tickets are being sold again. Stewart's concert tickets are going on sale. And you can go online. All the locations are listed where he's going to be playing. Nothing in California. And they'll run the concerts are going to run from like mid-June to just about the end of July so far is what's scheduled. Now, Betty and I saw Rod Stewart about 2 years ago, an hour and a half away in Santa Barbara at the Santa Barbara Bowl. And that was a really, really fun show. And I'll tell you why. Well, first of all, it's a bowl, and all the seats are good. You're never really far from the stage, no matter where you're sitting. One of the things that was a little bit of a pain in the ass, it wasn't that bad, but there's not much parking at the Santa Barbara Bowl. And so you've got to drive up and down residential neighborhoods till you find a stretch of curb in front of a house that no one's parked there. You have to walk like a half a mile, or we did anyway, to the bowl. And there's people coming from all the cross streets and out of everywhere. Everybody's found a place to park, and they're all walking to the bowl. So anyway, we got to Santa Barbara Bowl. Great seats, a little high overlooking the stage. And Rod Stewart came out, unbeknownst to us, great big white cast on his foot. He had broken his foot playing soccer, football, what we call soccer. The rest of the world calls football. We have our own football. Anyway, came out, big white cast on his foot. He really shouldn't have even been putting weight on his foot. In fact, I understand when the concert was over, they had to cancel the next couple of dates because his foot was too sore, because he was walking on it all night long, hobbling around, trying to dance a little bit and stuff, do some patented Rod Stewart moves. And anyway, he put on a fantastic show. I couldn't believe what he was doing with the cast on his foot and all the pain that he was feeling. But he was playing soccer with his son, and he broke his foot. So anyways, we saw the show. It was great. I mean, I hadn't seen him in concert before. Now, my wife had, when she was in high school, before I even knew her. She'd saw Rod Stewart at a very small venue, and I guess it was a really good show. She talked about him for a long time afterward. So anyway, so that's a little bit of trivia there, and letting you know that the concert dates are back on. The concert tickets are on sale now. You can buy the tickets right now online. And the shows are going to start mid-June. Okay. So this was Rod Stewart. Every Picture Tells a Story. Great album. It really is. Maggie May, like I said, Maggie May catapulted him, into an international star where he stayed to this date. Okay, so we'll put this one down and we'll pull up another one. Check out this outfit. It's kind of funny. It's Rod Stewart Smiler down here at the bottom. Smiler. Rod Stewart Smiler. It's pretty interesting. Okay, so let's take a look at the back. The songs are all listed back here. Rod Stewart Smiler. And incidentally, this is a gatefold. I just love the gatefolds. I unboxed a Rolling Stones gatefold last Saturday, and the hinge where it folds over was like cutting Mick Jagger's face in half. I thought that was pretty damn funny. Anyway, so let's open the gatefold. Check this out. I guess his parents are even in here somewhere, and a lot of people that were just walking down the street that wanted to jump in on the picture. So down here you've got Rod Stewart. Here's the horn section, the instruments from the horn section, and here we go. Ronnie Woods, bigger than life. So the band's in here. The backup singer is horn section. His parents and some strangers. Okay, so that's what's fun about the gatefolds. You got the front and back covers, plus you got the inside cover. Makes it more fun. Okay, so let's pull this out and take a look at it. I think we've got something here. Okay, here we go. You gotta love these outfits of Rod Stewart's. Look at this guy. He loved his soccer too. Rod Stewart. Okay, so on the back of the cover, we've actually got they've numbered all the people in that picture in the gatefold. Okay. They got a number, and you can go to the numbers and find out who all these people were. This is great. I mean, this is good stuff. You've got, Dick Powell, the violin player, and I'll just skip around a little bit. Ronnie Woods, pictured here with his chauffeur and his mother and father. Okay, you got the Memphis horns. I showed you the horns in the case. The Memphis horns are there in the picture. Rube, another singer. Number 26 and 7 are, Rod Stewart's father and his uncle Dick, who are Scottish. Pictured here is a nice pair of trousers and a substantially long cuff. Okay. So anyway, it just describes, who all's in the picture. I thought that was pretty cool. And look at this nice cardboard cover too. That's some good protection for these old albums. Very good protection. So it says, I've got to read some more on this because it says, Elton John played piano and sang on Let Me Be Your Car. Let Me Be Your Car. And let's see, anybody else I recognize here? Elton John appears by permission of this record company. All right. Well, that's enough on that. That's enough on the sleeve. Let's pull the vinyl out. Get to the main event here. All right. Rod Stewart, Smiler, Mercury Records. Just hold this up close. You see the label. Back up. Try to get a look at the vinyl. You don't really ever get a really good look, but you can tell that these aren't scratched up or scuffed, or the vinyl is just every one of these. I just finished cleaning a couple of them, but they're all just super clean, very nice condition vinyl. This is old vinyl. Okay, so let's take a look at side one. What do we have here? We have Sweet Little Rock and Roller. That's a fun song. Okay. Number 2. Lock War. Okay. Number 3, Farewell. Number 4, Sailor. Number 5, I love this song. This is a Sam Cooke song. It gets covered by a lot of people. It's such a good song. Bring It On Home to Me. If you ever change your mind about leaving me behind, just bring it to me. Bring your sweet lovin'. Bring it on home to me, along with voice lessons, yeah. Okay. Okay, Bring It On Home to Me. A friend of mine just played that on a guitar on Facebook. Let Me Be Your Car. That's the one Elton John played, the piano one. Let Me Be Your Car. Okay, so that's side 1. Rod Stewart, Smiler, Mercury Records. Side 2 is You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Man. Okay. Dixie Toot. Okay. Hard Road. We've all been down some hard roads. I know I have. I think I'm still going down some right now. Okay. I've grown accustomed to her face. Haven't we all, one time or another? Girl from the North Country. You know, he was a big fan of Bob Dylan and Arlo Guthrie. These were some of the guys he was listening to before he was ever in a band, you know, and he was just really getting excited about music. Arlo Guthrie, Bob Dylan. And I recognize that song, Girl from the North Country. That's a Bob Dylan song. And Mine for Me. Mine for Me. Okay, there's some great songs on here. This is a great album. Okay. All right. Well, let's put Smiler away. You know, in 2006, he was inducted into the UK Music Hall of Fame. 1994, the U.S.'s Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Many other awards too. He was rated 17th on the Billboard Hot 100 all-time artists. Rated number 17. That's pretty damn good. You think how many artists there are out there. He's a big star, big international star. Okay, so we're going to put away this wonderful gatefold with all these people in it. And the next thing we're going to unbox is going to be Rod Stewart, obviously, A Night on the Town. Down below here, Night on the Town. Pretty wild cover. Rod Stewart, Night on the Town. Okay, and on the back side, nice picture of Rod. One of his more conservative pictures. He's got a cocktail. I'm getting jealous. I need a cocktail right now. It's not right. Rod Stewart, Night on the Town. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and pull the vinyl out. Let's get this plastic cover off. You get a lot of glare with the plastic covers, but they protect the covers too. All right, let's see what's in here. Look at this. I don't know how old this is. I'd have to kind of search the album, or I might have it written down here somewhere. How old is A Night on the Town? A Night on the Town is 1976. So here's an advertisement from 1976 inside here for a Rod Stewart t-shirt that says A Night on the Town on it. And the price is $4.99. I wonder what would happen if I made out a check for $4.99 and mailed this in. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't get a t-shirt, 1976. All right, so we could have bought a t-shirt had we bought this in 1976. Okay, so let's pull out the sleeve. Now I think there were some interesting notes on here. So let me just take a look here on the back side of the sleeve here. Let me see what's in. See if I can find something interesting in those notes there. But also, this is a great picture of Rod Stewart. Look at him. He looks like I don't know, either Sitting Bull or Pocahontas. I'm not sure. No. I can see it now. It must be Sitting Bull. All right. So Rod Stewart, different look, kind of an Indian, necklace on. That's kind of cool though. I like that. You never know what you're going to see. Okay. So this was produced by Tom Dowd, and on the bass, don't really recognize any of these names. Guitars, we had Joe Walsh. There are many different guitar players played on this, but Joe Walsh was one of them. That's great. Let's see. Keyboards. Okay, don't recognize anybody there. Drums. It says Al Jackson, the legendary drummer, who was a constant inspiration to any artist he worked with. Okay, so that's a nice shout out to Al Jackson, the drummer. Let's see. Recorded by Dee and Joe Robb, assistant engineer George Tutko at Cherokee Recordings. It all makes sense now. I knew there was something there I wanted to see. This was made at Cherokee Recordings. So this picture really it makes sense to me now. Okay, Cherokee Recording Studio, Hollywood, California. The first cut is the deepest, was recorded at Muscle Shoals Sound. And string overdubs, let's see, we're done in Criteria, Miami, Florida. Special thanks to, okay. All right. Joe Walsh appears throughout, the courtesy of ABC Records. Joe Walsh is just a fantastic guitar player. He actually played the Eagles on Hotel California and some of these other things. But anyway, so let's, okay, Cherokee, Rod Stewart there. Let's pull out the vinyl and have a look, see what's in here. Okay, A Night on the Town. Let's go to, okay, The Ball Trap. Okay, kind of funny, Ball Trap. Okay, Pretty Flamingo. I like that song, Pretty Flamingo. That was a nice song. It was a fairly big hit. It played for a long time on the radio. Then we have Big Bayou, The Wild Side of Life. That was a good song too. I really like The Wild Side of Life. And Trade Winds. Okay. So anyway, Pretty Flamingo. That's a great song. Okay, let's go to the other side. What's funny, instead of saying side one and side two, it says fast side and slow side. Kind of caught me off guard there. Okay, now this was a huge hit. I know there's nobody out there that hasn't heard this song. Many times, in fact. Tonight's the night. Tonight's the night. Gonna be alright. Okay, whatever. Okay, The First Cut is the Deepest. That was a big hit. The First Cut is the Deepest is a great song. It was a very big hit. So Tonight's the Night, First Cut is the Deepest. Back to back, excellent songs, both big hits. Fool for You. It's written by Rod Stewart. Okay, First Cut is the Deepest. Let me back up and fill in a little bit here. First Cut is the Deepest was actually written by Cat Stevens. And Rod Stewart wrote Tonight's the Night. I should be throwing this in there. Fool for You was Rod Stewart. Okay. Okay, this is a cool song. A little bit sad, but it was a cool song. And it was called The Killing of Georgie. Georgie Boy. I mean, I'm sure most of you have heard that. I heard it was a big hit. It was part one, The Killing of Georgie. Rod Stewart wrote that song. So let's back up here a little bit. The Ball Trap was written by Rod Stewart. Pretty Flamingo was written by Mark Barkin. Big Bayou was written by Gib Gilbo. Okay. The Wild Side of Life. I can't even hardly make it out. Okay, but anyway, there's some really good songs on this. Night on the Town by Rod Stewart. Great songs. Cherokee Studios. I love that. Okay, let me not forget to put my t-shirt order form back in here. I may change my mind on that. Get that thing. Okay, let's put this back in. Night on the Town. Okay, some open from the side, sometimes open from the front. All right. Okay, so that's the fourth album we're unboxing. We're unboxing a total of 6, and I just want to mention that if you guys are enjoying watching these shows and talking about the music, talking about the artists, go ahead and hit the like button. It's actually helpful for me, and it actually helps my show if you hit the like button. And you know, if you'd like to participate in the chat or make a comment, ask a question. I mean, I'd like to know what your favorite Rod Stewart song is. I've read about 10 of my favorites so far. But what is your favorite Rod Stewart song? What is your favorite Rod Stewart album? Any stories, any remembrances? Bring it up in the chat. Throw it out there. Let's all have fun talking about it. Make a comment about it. But I also want to remind you that we have 9 other shows. You know, we've got a soul music show, and the finale of that was a surprise. It was a big surprise. Paul Stanley from Kiss made a soul album, you know, and when he was asked about it, he said, well, you know, before there was, you know, Led Zeppelin and The Who and Jimi Hendrix, all I listened to was soul music. He'd seen all these guys in concerts, The Temptations, Otis Redding. He listened to a whole bunch of them. But he was a huge soul music fan. And so he'd always loved soul music. And so Kiss just did their end of the road tour. Supposedly they're done touring. We'll see what happens. Most of the time it doesn't work out that way, but maybe it will. So he decided he wanted to, you know, go back to do something that had been his passion throughout most of his life, soul music. And he made a soul album. He assembled an amazing group of musicians. He said he referred to them as the best he knew, you know, including Eric Singer, who was the drummer for Kiss, you know. And anyway, so and this is a great album. I unboxed that. So we've got the Soul Show, we've got the Beatles Show, which includes 2 Parlophone recordings, UK Parlophone recordings, original pressings, and both of them, Help and Revolver. And there was some other Beatles music, but the holy grail that we unboxed was what I thought was a fairly low number of the Beatles' White Album. You know, it was 70,000. That doesn't sound very low, but in the context of there being 3 million albums printed of the White Album, 3 million, 70,000 is kind of in the top, you know, 2% of low numbers, you know. And it was pristine vinyl, had all the inserts. There was a picture of every one of the Beatles. There was a huge poster. There was all these different little things that in order to prove that it was, say, an original, there was some writing around the arc, and then there was some numbers stamped into the vinyl off the playing surface towards the the label. I'm sorry. Anyway, so it was an original pressing, number 70,100 and something out of 3 million, you know. So there was a lot of these made. So anyway, it was great unboxing all that vintage Beatles stuff. It was a lot of fun. We unboxed divas, including what I consider the ultimate diva of all time, Marilyn Monroe. I got a 2-album set of her right here. You can see her on the end standing up. And I've also got Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend 60th Anniversary, which is a picture album, Marilyn's face. On the back side is the old Playboy centerfold she did. I had to put some little stick-ons on that. But anyway, it's a family show. So anyway, so I've got Marilyn, I've got Creedence Clearwater, I've got Jimi Hendrix's 3-album set, Live in Maui. You know, I always start out unboxing other things first, and then I have my finales. So the Jimi Hendrix 3-album set, Live in Maui, which included a Blu-ray DVD with both concerts on it. That's one of the shows that's available. You can go straight from this show and watch any of those shows you want. They're always available. Royce in the House YouTube channel, vinyl album unboxing playlist. All the shows are available, 10 shows. And we got the Beach Boys. We unboxed the Beach Boys. We unboxed 4 classic vintage Elton John albums. And all of this stuff's been in pristine condition, old albums in excellent condition. And what was fun about the Elton John albums is, aside from the fantastic music, was the covers all opened up. Most of them were gatefolds. I think there might have been one that wasn't a gatefold. Okay, back to Rod Stewart. Okay, this one is Footloose and Fancy Free. Rod Stewart, Footloose and Fancy Free. Okay. We'll look at the back of the cover. See if we can get a good look at that. And Footloose and Fancy Free was 1977. 1977. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's. I think I'll do something different this time. Before I pull the vinyl out, I'll read the songs this time. A little easier to read off the cover sometimes. Okay, so on side one, and this is a great song. Very, everybody's heard this song. Until you start reading the songs off all these albums. And this is just, he has a huge body of work. Somebody told me he's got 150 albums out, which sounds incredible, but I don't know if I've got that right or if he had that right, but that's what I heard. Hot Legs. Hot Legs. Okay. Song number 2 on side 1 is You're Insane. Number 3, You're in My Heart. You're in My Heart. Song number 3. That was a big hit. I love that song. Born Loose. Okay, now we'll go to side 2. And we have You Keep Me Hanging On. Okay, who did that song originally? You don't really love me. You keep me hanging on. Okay, well, okay. If loving you is wrong, if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. Again, that's a good cover. You Got a Nerve, and I was only joking. Give me a break. I was just joking. Okay, so Footloose and Fancy Free. Pull out the sleeve. Oh, no, I really like this. I really like this sleeve. Check this out. Looks like he's drinking a Heineken. I'd recognize that bottle anywhere. I've had a few of those. That's a great picture. He almost looks normal in this one. No, I'm kidding. Great artist. Okay, what do we have on the back? Well, we have, just producers and et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, okay. So let's pull out the vinyl. Number 5 on our Rod Stewart unboxing. Okay. All right. Once again, Burbank, home of Warner Brothers Records. This is Warner Brothers. And we'll take a look at the vinyl. Very, very clean. Very, very proud of this one. I have some really thrash stuff too. Saving that in case I run out, but I hope everybody will understand. They are old, but anyway, these are very, very clean. Okay, so we did read the songs already. You Keep Me Hanging On. That was a great old song. Hot Legs. Okay, all right. So we'll put this back in now. I already did look at the songs. Read the songs off. All right. Sometimes these sleeves are hard to find the opening to. Put this in. Anyway, I just want to thank everybody that's watching the show. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. It's been a preparation that goes into these. You tape them, you edit them, you splice them, you try to get rid of as many mistakes as possible, and the rest of them you just laugh them off. You never get this perfect. Okay, so Rod Stewart, Footloose and Fancy Free. Let's put it back in its plastic sleeve. I'm going to try to protect these cardboard covers the best I can. Okay. All right, so as I said before, this is show number 10. I've talked about this before. I've got an idea for an actual podcast where we can, bring live guests on and we can all talk amongst ourselves live. You can have, 6. If you want to, you can have as many as 10, 10 people on the screen at the same time having a conversation. So I've got some ideas for a podcast. It's going to take a little while before we put it together and go live with it. But I think it's going to be, I really think it's going to be fun show. I think it's going to be popular. I think it might be a big hit because I don't want to say too much about it, you know, but I want it to be a little bit more of a surprise. But I'm gonna take the time to start getting it together with that one because I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to doing it. So anyway, so this is going to be our final Rod Stewart unboxing album, and this is album number 6. We've unboxed 5 already, and this is Rod Stewart, Blondes Have More Fun. Look at that. Rod Stewart, Blondes Have More Fun. I love it. Stand back and see the whole cover. We'll cover it once here. That's just great. Okay. Back side of the cover. Look at that. I love these pictures. Handsome couple. Okay, and this one's a gatefold. And it's an unusual gatefold. It's not going to open like they normally do. It's going to open up and down. Okay, so let me just get where you can see it better. Always known for that hairdo. I think he's had it his entire life. You know, looks good on him. That's a great picture. Band members. Read the names of some of these people. Okay, so great. I just love the gatefolds. All right, so let's see what we have inside the gatefold. We have Rod Stewart's band. Carmine Apiece on drums. I've heard of Carmine Apiece. He's great. Philip Chen on bass. That's Philip Chen. There's Carmine Apiece. Here's Carmine Apiece. Philip Chen. Then we've got Jim. You know, these are all done in cursive, and they're a little hard to read. Jim Cragen on guitar. Jim Cragen on guitar. Then we have George Granger on guitar. Here's George Granger on guitar. And Billy Peck on guitars also. And then I'll read some of the invited guests that aren't pictured here. Okay, Dwayne Hitchings on keyboards and synthesizers. Roger Bethany on drums. Paulino de Costa on percussion. Nicky Hopkins on piano. Gary Hurlig on flute. Phil Kenny, Stephen, Tom Scott, horns, the horn section. The horn section is really hard to read, make out the lettering. Fred Tackett, acoustic guitars. Tom Vig, percussions. Okay, the background vocals, you have Carmine Apiece, Mike Finnington, Max Carenthal. If anybody really knows how to pronounce some of these names, they're laughing at me right now. Okay. And it goes on and on, you know. The design of the cover was done by Rod Stewart. Okay, so anyway, it gives you an idea. So you don't just go out there with your 5 bandmates. You've got another 20 people here that fill in here and there, you know, and help out. Okay, so that's great. Blondes have more fun. I've heard that before. I don't really believe it though. I like brunettes. Hair color doesn't matter at all, actually. Okay. All right. Blondes have more fun. Side 1. Do you think I'm sexy? That's a great song. It's a great Rod Stewart song. It's totally his style. Do you think I'm sexy? You can tell by every picture, all these albums. Do you think I'm sexy? Okay. Dirty Weekend. The Best Days of My Life. Ain't Love a Bitch. There's some things I could say, but I'm not going to. Okay. Attractive Female Wanted. Who hasn't run an ad like that before? Blondes Have More Fun. That was a fun song. Standing in the Shadows of Love. I believe that was a Temptations song. I'm sure it was a Temptations. Well, maybe it even tells me if I want to take the time to look. Standing in the Shadow of Loves. It really doesn't tell me. Okay. Scared and Scared. Scared and Scared. Okay. All right. Well, great. That was, just wondering if this big black ink spot on the label was there originally. I guess it was. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it was. All right. So that was our Rod Stewart unboxing. And that's just a small fraction of the body of work he has out there. And that's usually the case. The Stones, the Beatles, some of the others we've unboxed. Just amazing. So anyway, again, thanks for joining us. We've got 9 other shows you can watch. We appreciate it if you do watch them. If you like them, give us a thumbs up if you like what you saw tonight and had a little fun. And thank you very much for joining us. And that's what's going on in Royce's world today.